Hi, my name is Feng Wei Hong and my normal matrix is 01DKM23F1049 and I'll be doing the introduction of the boiler. A boiler is one of the main pieces of equipment used in power plant and industries. Its main function is to produce steam by heating water. The steam is then used for power generation or other industrial process. Inside the boiler tubes play an important role in transferring heat from hot gases to water. The steam produced is usually sent to a turbine where it expands and pushes the turbine blades to generate mechanical energy. This mechanical energy is then converted into electrical energy through a generator. In industrial systems, the steam can also be used for heating, drying, and other processes needed. Overall, the boiler is a key component that supplies the steam power needed for energy production and industrial operation. Next, I will go through the function of the boiler tubes. Boiler tubes functions to carry water or steam inside the boiler while transferring heat from the hot combustion gases to the water. This process turns the water into steam and helps maintain the boiler's pressure and temperature balance. Efficient heat transfer through the tubes improves steam production and energy efficiency. If the tubes are damaged or not working properly, it can lead to overheating, reduced performance, or even safety issues like tube leaks or bursts. There are two main types of boiler tube design, which are fire tubes boiler and water tube boiler. In a fire tube boiler, the hot gases from combustion flows inside the tubes and the water surrounds outside of the tubes. This is simple, cheaper, and usually used for low pressure application. However, it cannot handle very high pressure or very high steam output. In a water tube boiler, the water flows inside the tube while the hot gases pass around the outside. This design allowed the boiler to handle much higher pressure and produce steam more efficiently. For this reason, water tube boilers are commonly used in power plant and large industrial systems.
Common operational issues. First, corrosion. Cause chemical reaction between tube metal and water or steam. Types. First, oxygen corrosion from pore dilations to pitting. Second, acid corrosion, low pH to uniform thinning. Third, caustic corrosion, under deposits to gougings. Effect, metal loss, leaks, reduced tube life. Preventions, proper water treatment, pH and oxygen control. Second, scaling deposits. Causes, minerals like calcium, magnesium, silicon deposit on tube inner walls. Effect, poor heat transfer, overheating and tube failure. Indicators, hard white brown deposit or brown deposit, hot spot, efficiency drop. Prevention, good water chemistry, blowdown control. Third, erosions. Cause, high velocity steam or water or particles striking tube surface. Common areas, bends, elbows, or near side doors. Effect, wall thinning, leaking, yearly tube wear. Prevention, proper flow design, protective shields, alignment of side blower. Step-by-step safety inspection procedure. First, preparation. Obtain permit and inspection plan. Notify operations team. Review boiler condition or history. Second, PPE and steam setup. Helmet, glove, PR clothing, boots, and Google. Confined space trained personnel. Third, lockout, take out. Lotto. Isolate fuel, steam and power. Verify zero pressure and energy. 4. Cool, drain and vent. Allow boiler to cool below safe temp. Drain water, open vents. 5. Atmosphere test and ventilations. Check O2, CO, H2S, explosive gases. Provide forced ventilation if needed. 6. Confined space entry. Valid permit. Attendant rescue plan. Continuous gas monitoring. 7. Visual inspections. Check tubes for leaks, corrosion, scale or cracks. Examine supports, well and salt blower. 8. NDT testing. Ultrasonic thickness, dye penetrant or magnetic test. 9. Record and report. Photos, thickness reading and defect notes. Take unsafe areas. 10. Restore and close. Clean area, remove binds. Remove lotto after checks. Gradual restart under supervision.
Hi, my name is Tibe Karash and my matrix card number is 01DKM23F1048. Today I'm going to talk about the safety protocols for boiler tube work. Firstly, we need to pre-inspection and preparation. By we need to conduct a risk assessment before starting a work, and we need to ensure that the boiler is completely shut down, cooled and depressurized. Then we need to apply the lockout or tag out, which is LOTO, to isolate all the energy sources from the boiler. Then we need to verify adequate ventilation inside the boiler area. Then we check that all the tools and the equipment are in the good condition. Secondly, the work area safety. Firstly, we need to keep the work area clean, dry, and well lit. Then we need to place the warning signs and ac- restrict access to authorize the personnel only, so which is we can differentiate the things. Then we need to ensure the fire extinguisher and the emergency exits are accessible, because we need to find the way. It will be easy to find the way whenever it's a fire or emergency happens. Then we need to avoid the clutter and tripping hazards. Thirdly, the handling and the inspections of boiler tubes. Okay, let's see about the inspection. The inspection tubes for cracks, corrosion or leaks before installation. Then we need to use the proper lifting tools or cranes to handle the heavy tubes of boiler. Then we need to avoid direct contact with sharp edge or hot surface. Finally, we need to use the caution when working with the cleaning chemicals or disclaking agents. 4. Number 4. During maintenance or replacement, we need to maintain the clear communication among the team members, and we need to use the proper lifting techniques to prevent the back injuries to the workers. Then we need to ensure that adequate ventilation or welding or cutting. Then, always we need to monitor oxygen and gas levels in confidence spaces. Finally, we never walk alone, and we need to have a standby person outside the boiler to diagnose about the boiler, and the person will told us whenever it emergency happen. Last and final, the post-work procedure. We need to inspect the work area for leftover tools or materials. Secondly, we need to conduct a pressure test to check for leaks. Thirdly, we need to verify all valves and connection are secure before use. And lastly, we need to record all finding and maintenance activities in the logbook, so we can easily find or easily can know what types of maintenance we have to do in the which date and which how many times. Okay, now let's we look about the personal protective equipment, which is PPE, when we work in a boiler tube. Firstly, safety helmet. Safety helmet it's a must personal protective equipment whenever we work in our plantations. So the safety helmet will protect the head from falling the object or impacts. Then safety goggles or face head, which is the shield eyes and face from sparks and dust and debris can protect from our eyes so we can do our work properly. Thirdly, respirator or mask. It will be prevent the inhalation of dust, fumes and toxic gas. So we will protect our lungs very well. Fourth, the heat resistant gloves, which is can protect our hands from burns or hot surface. And safety boots are the must personal protective equipment because it will protect our feet from falling or sharp objects. And hearing protection, which is ear plugs and ear muffs, it will reduce our exposure or high noise level to our ears. Then the harness and lifeline, it require for a work at height or in boiler areas. In conclusion, the safety in the boiler tube operation is essential to prevent an accident and ensure the efficient performance. By the following proper safety protocols, using the correct personal protective equipment, which is PPE, and conducting regular inspection, workers can maintain a safe environment while extending the lifespan of the boiler system.